When buying a house in Maryland, there are fees you must pay. Those fees are called closing costs. It doesn't matter whether you're working with a realtor or trying to buy a house on your own. You'll have fees either way. What are the fees you'll have to pay? You're about to find out. Hi, I'm Melissa Spittle, the local real estate expert with Coldwell Banker, who serves Carroll County and the surrounding areas in Maryland. If you've thought about buying a house in Maryland, be prepared to have some unexpected fees to pay. To help you find the house of your dreams, I've dropped a link to my free Ultimate Home Buying Guide in the description box below. Are you on mobile? Just click the title to this video and you'll find the link. Now, let's talk about the fees you need to be aware of so you don't end up being blindsided. Closing is what happens when a house is sold and ownership changes. Closing costs can vary from one home sale to another. That's because the terms of sales contracts can vary. The average closing cost fees for buyers can range from about 3% to 6% of the sales price. Let's talk about the most common closing costs for buyers in Maryland. The first set of closing costs involves your loan. If you're getting a mortgage to buy a house in Maryland, there will be fees associated with your loan. Those fees are paid when you actually buy your new house and are included in your closing costs. Those fees can include an appraisal fee. Unless you're paying cash for a house, an appraisal will be required. Most lenders require you to pay for it in advance, but if they don't, it will be included in your closing costs. Another fee is the credit report fee. Yes, your lender will pull your credit and you will be charged for it at closing. You will be charged a flood certification fee. Flood certification determines if a property is located in a flood zone. If it is, you'll also be required to buy flood insurance. If you put less than 20% down as your down payment for some types of loans, you'll also be charged a mortgage insurance premium, or MIP. Your lender may charge you a loan origination fee. That's the same thing as a loan application fee. Your lender may also offer you the ability to pay points on your loan. Points are additional costs paid at settlement so you can have a lower interest rate. Some types of loans have an upfront funding fee. This makes it important to know which type or types of loans you'll qualify for. It's a fee that gets paid at closing for FHA, USDA, and VA loans. The second set of closing costs both buyers and sellers pay for are the government recording and transfer charges. Unless other arrangements have been agreed upon, government fees are typically divided evenly between buyers and sellers in Maryland. These are simply the taxes and charges to change ownership and record the new deed in the public records. The actual cost of these fees will vary based on the sales price and the area in which the property is located. If you're a first-time Maryland home buyer, you get a break on these fees. First-time Maryland home buyers receive a one-time tax break and are exempt from paying their half of the Maryland transfer tax. Moving on to the third set of closing costs, the fees charged by the title company. Title companies typically conduct the settlements in Maryland, and there are a variety of fees for their services. Buyers will have a title search fee to pay. Land records, deeds, and other sources are searched to make sure the seller truly owns a property and has the right to sell it. Buyers will also pay them for the title policy to protect their lender. Title policies are a type of insurance that protects lenders against any events that occurred during past ownership of a property. If a buyer is paying cash for a house, this fee won't apply. There's also the title examination fee. This is a search that is done to make sure there are no liens on a property. The title examination goes back through the history of the property, from the current owner to the original owner. If a lien is found, it will need to be paid by the seller before the property can be sold. Yet another fee for buyers is the title insurance binder. This is a temporary form of insurance coverage that is used to protect both buyers and sellers when the home insurance policies don't overlap over the same time frame. Buyers may or may not be charged a fee to conduct the closing. This varies from one title company to another. Let's talk about the fourth set of closing costs that can be charged to buyers in Maryland. These are the real estate broker fees. I have great news for Maryland home buyers in this category. In Maryland, buyers do not have to pay any commissions. If you're hiring a buyer's agent who wants to charge you a commission, you might want to think twice and ask why you're being asked to pay this fee. Buyer's agents in Maryland are free. You are not obligated to pay a commission as a buyer. You may, however, be charged a flat fee to the brokerage. This fee can vary and be anywhere from about $250 to $500. This fee reimburses the real estate company for all of the administrative costs involved in your home purchase. There's a fifth set of closing costs to talk about. Let's call those the other costs. When buying a house, you'll need to pay for homeowner's insurance. It will be paid for in your closing costs. Then the title company will send a check to your homeowner's insurance company, so it's officially paid for. Buyers also pay their property taxes as part of their closing costs. If your new home has an HOA fee, a condo fee, or both, you'll be paying some of those fees at settlement as well. If you had a termite inspection as part of your new purchase and you haven't paid for it yet, it will be included in your closing costs. The exception is when a buyer is getting a VA loan. In that case, the seller pays for the termite inspection. Another fee for buyers is their owner's title policy. Just like your lender requires you to pay for a title policy to protect them, you'll want to have one that protects you as well. The owner's title policy protects buyers against any events that occurred during past ownership of the property. If you're purchasing a home warranty for your new home, you have the option to include it in your closing costs, or you can pay for it separately. By now, you might be asking yourself, how do I know what my actual closing costs will be? There's no magical standard formula, but there are two ways to find out. Your lender will prepare an estimate of your closing costs. It's called a closing disclosure, or CD for short. If you choose me as your buyer's agent, I use a closing cost calculator that allows me to estimate your closing costs as well. Keep in mind they are estimates because certain factors can change as you go through the buying process, but you'll have a pretty close idea of what to expect. Here's a playlist you might like that has to do with buying a house. I publish a new video right here on YouTube every Tuesday. Please subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you'll be notified when my next video is published. I'd hate for you to miss it.